Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we are tackling some interesting source material that looks like it's designed to help beginners learn English. And it's got a really fun vibe. I think we can learn a lot about language acquisition just by analyzing the way this lesson is structured.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me that they start with colors and shapes. I mean, you really can't get more basic than that when you're learning a new language, can you?
It does seem like the most logical starting point. Colors are everywhere, and they're usually one of the first things we learn as children. So why do you think colors are so fundamental to language learning?
Well, colors are just such a powerful tool for description, right? From the get-go, they give you a way to talk about the world around you, to say, the sky is blue or the grass is green. You're already building sentences.
I see what you mean. And this lesson does a great job of using those really simple examples, like the apple is red. I mean, who doesn't love a bright red apple?
Exactly. And it's interesting how they follow a similar approach when they introduce shapes. You know, the classic circle, square, triangle.
Right, with those easy to visualize examples like the ball is a circle or the window is a square.
And it's subtle, but they're kind of sneaking in more vocabulary while you're focused on the shapes. Like you're learning the words for ball and window without even realizing it.
That's a neat trick. Now, they don't stop there, though. They take it a step further and start combining the colors and shapes, right?
Yeah, that's where things start to get really interesting, because now you can create more complex descriptions. You can say, the sun is a yellow circle, or the flag is red and blue, or even the table is brown and rectangular.
It's like those colors and shapes are like building blocks, and you can use them to construct all sorts of sentences.
Exactly. And it's incredible how much you can express with just those few basic elements.
And speaking of building, I noticed that this lesson uses a lot of repetition. They have you repeat the colors and shapes and then the combinations. It almost feels like a song.
And there's a reason for that. You know, repetition is key for language learning. It helps embed those new words and phrases into your memory.
It makes me think about how we learned our first language. It was all about hearing those same words and phrases over and over again from our parents and caregivers.
Exactly. And this lesson taps into that same natural learning process. By making it feel a bit like a song or a chant, it becomes more enjoyable and less like rote memorization. It's almost like they're turning repetition into a musical tool. And, you know, it's not just about memorizing the words either. It's also about training your mouth to pronounce them correctly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's like practicing scales on a piano. You're
Yeah.
building those muscle memory connections.
Exactly. And speaking of putting those sounds into practice, I love how this lesson includes a little mini conversation.
Oh, yeah. It's like they're giving you a chance to try out all those colors and shapes you just learned.
Right, and it's such a simple conversation, but it shows you that even with a limited vocabulary, you can start communicating in English.
It's encouraging to see how quickly you can go from learning basic words to actually using them in a dialogue.
Exactly, and it's all thanks to those building blocks we were talking about earlier. The colors, the shapes, the simple sentence structures.
It's like they're giving you a blueprint for how to build your own conversations.
And once you have that foundation, you can start adding more and more complexity. You can expand your vocabulary, explore different grammar structures, and really start expressing yourself in more nuanced ways.
And that's what we're all about here, right? Helping you, our listener, build those skills and unlock your full potential in English.
This deep dive is like a map, and you're the explorer.
Well,
We're highlighting the key landmarks, the important strategies, but it's up to you to take those tools and chart your own course.
and I know that can feel a little overwhelming at times, especially when you're just starting out.
Absolutely. But my advice would be to embrace the journey. Don't get too caught up in trying to be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to stumble over words. The important thing is to keep practicing, keep exploring, keep having fun with it.
I love that. It's about celebrating those small victories along the way, acknowledging every step forward, no matter how small.
Exactly. And remember, there's a ton of resources out there to support you. Language learning apps, online courses, conversation groups. Find what works best for you and your learning style.
That's such good advice.
Yeah.
Now, this lesson wraps up with a little homework assignment. And it's not your typical dry textbook exercise.
Oh, tell me more about it.
Well, they ask you to look around your room and describe 5 things using a color and a shape.
Oh, I like that. That's such a clever way to get you thinking about those words in a practical context.
Right, it's not just about memorizing vocabulary. It's about actually using it to describe the world around you.
And it's a really good way to practice your observation skills, too. To accurately describe something, you have to really pay attention to its details.
It's like turning your home into an English language playground. Instead of just seeing a chair, you see a brown square chair.
And that kind of active engagement is so much more effective than passive learning.
I couldn't agree more. You know, it's amazing how such a simple assignment can get you thinking differently about your surroundings.
It's like you're retraining your brain to see the world through an English language lens.
Exactly. And that ties back to what we were saying about celebrating small wins. I mean, completing that homework assignment is a victory in itself, don't you think?
Absolutely. Each time you successfully describe something in English, you're reinforcing those neural pathways, making those connections stronger.
It's like leveling up in a language learning game. You get that little hit of dopamine that keeps you motivated to keep going.
And that sense of progress is so important. It keeps you coming back for more, wanting to unlock the next level of fluency.
I love that analogy. And it's true, language learning really is a journey of discovery. There's always something new to learn.
Even when you reach a high level of proficiency, there's still room to grow. To refine your skills, explore different nuances.
It never gets boring, that's for sure. So, for all of our listeners out there who are on this English learning journey with us, what are some of the key things you think they should take away from this deep dive?
Well, I think we've highlighted some really important concepts, like the power of visual learning repetition, and the idea of building from simple concepts to more complex ones.
And don't forget about active learning, finding ways to integrate English into your daily routine.
Right. And most importantly, having fun with it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the process.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? It's about connecting with others, expressing yourself, exploring new ideas.
And learning English can open so many doors for you, both personally and professionally.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder. What other everyday objects could you describe using the vocabulary we've talked about today?
Think about the colors, the shapes, the simple sentences. The possibilities are truly endless.
So keep exploring, keep practicing, keep that curiosity alive. Your journey to fluency is just beginning, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.